Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the topic, the land of Pakistan. And in the topic of the land of Pakistan, the subtopic is the landforms and the drainage. And today we are going to read the first lecture in this topic, which we are going to start is the physiographic divisions of the land of Pakistan. The land of Pakistan is divided into two major physiographic parts. First, the Western Highlands, that is consisting of the northern and western mountains with their further subdivisions. And the second is the Indus Plains with their respective subdivisions. So these are the two parts in which the land of the Pakistan can be divided. So here we are going to start the first part, that is the Western Highlands extend from the Pamir Plateau, meeting point of the Pakistan, Afghanistan, and China in the north to Makran coast in the south, include the northern areas, most of the KPK and Balochistan, and the parts of the Punjab. So this is the general sketch of the Western Highlands, and here we are going to read one by one the subdivisions of the Western Highlands. The first part is the Northern Mountains. The second is the Pochwar Plateau and Salt Range. The third is the Western Mountains and their intermontane valleys. And the fourth one is the Balochistan Plateau. So here we are going to read the first subdivision of the Western Highlands. The Northern Mountains extend from the northeast to the northwest of the Pakistan, can be subdivided into. So these are dividing. So one by one we will read everything. So the northern mountains are subdivided into: number one, the Himalayas in the northeast; number two, the Karakoram in the north; number three, the Hindu Kush in the northwest; next, the Dir, Swat, and Kohistan ranges south of the Hindu Kush. So one by one we are going to read these subdivisions of the northern mountains. The first one is the Himalayas in the northeast. So here we are going to read the Himalayas. Extend from Assam, India in the east to the Karakoram range of Pakistan in the west. Average height is 600 to 6,000 meters, subdivided into, and here are further subdivisions of the Himalayas. Number one, the Great or the High Himalayas; number two, the Lesser Himalayas; and number three, the Sub-Himalayas. And here we are going to read the Great Himalayas now. Topography and drainage of the Great Himalayas. Snow-capped, steep-sided peaks located south and east of the Indus. The Indus separates them from the Karakoram range in the north, run east to west. Average height is 6,000 meters. Highest peak of the high Himalayas is the Nanga Parbat, having height of 8,126 meters. Rakhiot is 7,074 meters in height. Many glaciers of considerable length, for example, Rupal, that is 17.6 kilometer, and Rupal North. So this is Rupal South, and this is Rupal North, that is 16 kilometer long. Glaciation features include the bed of the lake Saiful Muluk in the Kaghan Valley, which is an old cirque carved by glacial action. Similarly, Satpara Lake in Skardu is an old valley glacier. Some of the deepest valleys and gorges are also located in this range. For example, Dasu Patan, which is 6,500 meter deep. The river Indus is the main source of the drainage for this range. So the next thing that we are going to read is the Lesser Himalayas. Located south of the Great Himalayas, in Kashmir, they become the Pamir Panjal range. Average height is 1,800 to 4,600 meters. Bend south westwards upon entering Pakistan and are found in Batgram, Mansehra, and Abbottabad districts of the KPK and northern parts of the Rawalpindi in the Punjab. So many famous hill stations of the Murray and Galiat, for example, Ghoda Gali, Nathia Gali, are also located in this range. So some of the very famous hill stations are located in this range, that is Lesser Himalaya. Many people go there for spending their vacations. River Korang provides drainage to areas adjacent to the Murray region. No glaciers are found in this range, though there is snowfall in the winter. Next, we are going to read the sub-Himalayas, the Sivaliks. Located south of the lesser Himalayas, low height is 600 to 1200 meter only, extends from Kashmir to the southeastern part of the Rawalpindi. Okay, here we are going to read the next topic, that is Karakoram Mountains. The Karakoram Mountains extends from Tibet, China in the east to the Hindu Kush range in the west, from which they are separated by the river Hunza and Gilgit. Lie north of the Indus and run for about 200 kilometers. Run from east to west and consist of the parallel to subparallel ranges. More than 20 peaks, so this is very important, more than 20 peaks with heights greater than 7,000 meter, and 4 of them rise up to 8,000 meter. So this is one of the very rare mountain range in which more than 20 peaks with a height greater than 7,000 meter and 4 of them rise up to 8,000 meters are located here. K2, the second highest peak in the world, is 8611 meter high, which is also located in this Karakoram mountain range. Constitute highly rugged topography with steep slopes, serrated and glaciated peaks, and very deep valleys and gorges. Hanging and U-shaped valleys are also part of their topography feature. So one of the dangerous valleys are also located in this range. Glaciers originated from the top of the mountains, and some glaciers have acquired considerable length. For example, 7 kilometer to 72 kilometer. You can see the length of the glaciers. So one of the longest glaciers are also located in this range. Siachen, 32 kilometer, Batura and Baltoro, 58 kilometer, and Biafo, 62.5 kilometer, are among the longest glaciers of the range. The glaciers also variable flow rate ranging from 100 meters to 1000 meters per year. So one of the very valuable glaciers are located in this range. Some of the highest passes in the world are also located in the Karakoram range. So this is another very important feature of this Karakoram range, that world's highest passes are also located. Karakoram Pass is at the height of 5568 meter. So look at the height of the pass. The Khanjra Pass is also more than 5000 meter high, and it links Pakistan with China. These passes are not very wide, so width is less, but these are very important as far as the height is concerned. Fast flowing rivers in summers and frozen rivers in winters provide the drainage to the region. Indus, Gilgit and Hunza are the major sources of the drainage. Okay, the next thing that we are going to read in the lecture is the Hindu Kush range of the mountains. They continue westwards from the Karakoram range, with the Hunza and Gilgit rivers separating the two ranges. So these ranges are responsible for separating them. In the north, they merge with the Pamir Plateau, and in the south, the river Rizar, a tributary of the Indus, marks their boundary. So river Rizar is the boundary at one end. Major part of the Chitral and many parts of the northern areas are located in Hindu Kush range. So these are having some of the very famous visiting places of Pakistan in this area. Chitral and many northern areas are located into Hindu Kush range. Okay, Average height is 5,000 meters with a north to south run. Tirchmir, that is 7690 meter, and Noshad, that is 7484 meter, are the highest peaks, with many other peaks more than 5,000 to 6,000 meters in height. So one of the highest peaks are located in this range also. A number of the glaciers are also seen above the snow line. Skis Jarab, that is 30.4 kilometer, and Trishmir, that is 22.4 kilometer, are the major ones. Some of the important passes connecting Pakistan with Afghanistan are also located here. Examples include the Barogil Pass, connects Pakistan with the Wakhan strip of the Afghanistan. The Dora and Shera Shing passes also connects Pakistan with Afghanistan. So some of the important passes are also locating here, connecting Pakistan and Afghanistan. River Ghazer and some other western tributaries of the Indus provide drainage to the areas of the range. Next thing that we are going to read is the Kohistan, Swat and Dir ranges. Located south of the Hindu Kush range, with the river Ghazer marking the boundary between the two ranges. They themselves are separated from each other by rivers. The Kohistan range lies between the Indus and Swat rivers. So this is the point to be remembered. The Kohistan range lies between Indus and Swat rivers. The Swat range between the Swat and Panchkora rivers, and the Dir range between Panchkora and Kunar rivers. So these rivers actually make the boundaries between these ranges. The four rivers are the major source of the drainage for the three ranges. These are the sub-parallel ranges with a north to south run. Height varies considerably with only 200 meter in the south. So look at the variation of the height. At some places the height is very less, and at the other height is very high. So height varies considerably with only 200 meter in the south to 5 to 6,000 meters in the north, with many peaks capped with glaciers. Action of the river has resulted in a number of the valleys and gorges like the Swat and Dir valleys. Important passes include the Swat Pass that links Chitral with the northern areas, and Dadarili Pass joins Swat with the northern areas. Here we are going to read the life and the economic activities in the northern mountains and the government efforts to overcome their problems. So concentrate yourself. This is very important topic as far as paper is concerned. This question frequently come in the paper. The life and the economic activities in the northern mountains and the government efforts to overcome their problems. People living in the northern mountains, mountainous areas, live a very hard and difficult life, and here we are going to read the problems and the government efforts to remove these problems. Unusually low temperatures of freezing in the winters together with heavy snowfall forces them to stay indoors. Winters are long, cold and snowy, and therefore no significant economic activity is possible in the winter. Agriculture is practiced in the form of the terrace farming and on subsistence scale. Subsistence scale stands for they only grow vegetables and fruits for themselves only. Rice, wheat, barley and millet are grown in the Hindu Kush range and the valleys of the Chitral, Swat and Dir. People make some earning also from the sale of the variety of the fruits, apple, apricot and plum and dry fruits. Some additional income comes by way of the lumbering, that is cutting of the trees and sell wood, and tourism. However, in the absence of the properly developed tourist resorts and with most of the roads being of kacha, that is unmetalled type, the tourism industry has not properly been developed. So in this way, their earning from the tourism is also very less. Basic health and education facilities are in poor shape, and repeated earthquakes, especially the October 2005 disastrous tremors, further add to their difficulties of the people living in these remote areas. Transhumance and pastoral. Nomadic farming is also a feature of the life in the northern mountains. During months of the intense cold, people migrate to less cooler places and valleys together with their flocks. They rear flocks in the pastoral fields where they let their animals graze. These nomadic families stay in the pastoral regions throughout the winter months while feeding their animals and slaughtering them if they grow old or fall sick. So this is the way of their eating food or the source of money. Most common animals are goats and sheep. They provide milk to their nomadic owners. Okay, here we are going to read the government efforts to remove their problems. Government of the Pakistan has taken a number of the measures to improve the conditions of the people of these areas under the National Rural Sport Program, that is NRSP, and the more recently started Khushhal Pakistan program. Improvement of the old and construction of the new roads has been started. Farm to Market Road is another aspect of the same program to improve the economic condition of the northern areas people. Basic health units, that is BHUs, and the rural health centers have been set up to provide basic and primary health care to the people. So this is another remarkable step taken by the government of Pakistan. Education at primary and secondary levels is being provided by establishing schools and under the rural electrification programs. Since the 2002 elections, the representation of the northern areas in the parliament has been increased, very remarkable step, and they have their own legislative bodies because the people belonging from those areas understand the problems of their people more comprehensively. So this is a very good step taken by the government. The government of Pakistan has also encouraged the humanitarian efforts of such NGOs as the Aga Khan Foundation and Aga Khan Rural Sport Program. This organization has contributed greatly towards the socio-economic uplift of the local people. For instance, the Aga Khan Rural Sport Program has been active in the reforestation and a female education scheme. So very nice steps taken by the Aga Khan Foundation. Afforestation will help them in their economic condition, and the female education will help them in the uplift of their life standard to the awareness of the things. Construction of the Karakoram Highway and its opening in 1979 is also aimed at improving the standard of living by way of the Pak-China trade activity and by establishing various commercial projects along the KKH. So this is very nice effort which will not only promote the Pak-China relations but also will uplift the economic condition of the people. Similarly, the construction of the airports at Gilgit and Skardu and a small dam on the Satpara lake are also some of the other development schemes. So government is taking good steps for the improvement of the condition of the northern areas people. So this was the lecture. This is lecture number 1. So I hope so this will be much more easier for you to understand. So read this lecture again, understand it, learn it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.